assembly that we're going to see today proves that there is a little of the hero in all of us. The people who will be honored today, whose life stories we will see today, are not the only people who have been associated with East High who have been important, for they symbolize all the goodness that we have in ourselves. And hopefully, we can use that goodness, as a famous author said, to follow the ship of knowledge like a sinking ship beyond the utmost bound of human thought. And today we'd like to recognize Dr. John W. Bennion, the Superintendent of Schools. And we'd also like to recognize Mr. Florian Nielsen, who is the Staff Development Specialist of the Salt Lake City School District, and honored guests and visitors as well. And now I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Peterson, the principal of our school. Thank you.
The East High Hall of Fame program at East High was commenced in 1981. Since that time, 24 outstanding people have been honored by our school. These 24 are representative of the thousands of graduates who have distinguished themselves. Among the honorees are an internationally known pioneer in heart surgery, a Major League Baseball player and manager, a pioneer in the advertising business who was our student body president in 1916, honored last year. The 8th man to walk on the moon, a Top Gun Air Force pilot, 2 people who have been very successful as athletic coaches, though they were confined to wheelchairs. 3-time All-American football player, a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, the governor of the state of Utah, a U.S. senator who's flown in space. Today, 3 more individuals who have been selected. We will hear their life stories, formally induct them proudly into East High's Hall of Fame. Lauren, we appreciate your being with us this morning. As Jessica recognized, Lauren has been the voice of the presentation throughout the lifetime of the East High Hall of Fame. There he is. I expected you to come from somewhere else. Now we'll have the first presentation.
David Michael Stewart was born July the 29th, 1939 in Salt Lake City, the youngest in a family of 2 boys and 4 girls. David Michael Stewart was born July the 29th, 1939 in Salt Lake City, the youngest in a family of 2 boys and 4 girls, and lived in this house on West Temple Street. His father was in the fuel and building materials business. Though they lived in the city, the family kept horses and cows. The children loved to ride their horses near their home in the fields where the I-15 freeway is now located. They also learned responsibility because they had to care for the animals and milk the cows twice a day, every day of the year. Mike contracted polio when he was 7 years of age. He fortunately avoided its crippling effects, due in large part to a devoted mother who boiled army blankets and plied the moist heat day and night to prevent his muscles from tightening up. The McKinley Grade School was the scene of Mike's early education. He spent his junior high years at Lincoln. In September of 1954, he was a natural leader, and he was elected sophomore class president that first year. He was student body vice president as a junior and president in his senior year. Southerner yearbooks show that he was involved in considerably more than student government. He was a soloist with the a cappella choir, sang in the madrigals, then called the bel cantos, had a lead in the opera, was a member of the ski club, the wrestling and track teams, and played center and linebacker on the football team. Mike graduated from South in May of 1957. In September of that same year, he enrolled at the University of Utah as a presidential scholar and started his undergraduate work for a college degree. Once again, he excelled in student government and scholarship, serving as sophomore class president, junior class president, Senate president, and was a member of these honor societies. His college education was postponed for 2.5 years while he served a mission for his church in the beautiful lands of Switzerland. He returned to school and continued with his education, graduating in June of 1964 with 2 degrees, one in history and one in political science. Mike continued at the U studying history, law, and public administration. He completed his master's work in 1968 and then went on to Wayne State University in Michigan. There he earned his PhD in constitutional history and urban and minority affairs in 1970. Mike met his sweetheart, Betty Lou Sine, in 1957 when he joined other South High student officers in a basketball game against officers from East High. Betty Lou was vice president of the senior class at East and a member of the school's winning Knudsen Cup ski team. Mike and Betty Lou were married at Christmas time in 1962. 6 months earlier, Betty Lou had completed her college work, earning a bachelor's degree with a secondary teaching certificate. She went to work for the Salt Lake City School District, teaching English and German for 6 years at Highland High School. She repented that, and now joined by a little daughter, Malou, and a newborn son, David, moved to Michigan, where Mike completed his postgraduate work. Returning to Utah and armed with his PhD, Mike began an 8-year teaching career in the history department at the Brigham Young University. During this time, Betty Lou was very busy at home. Little Malou and David were joined by Amy, Becky, and Lizzie. Mike left the university in 1977 and threw his energies into real estate sales and development. Public service took a lot of his spare time. He had always held the belief that everyone is obliged to make a contribution to good government and community life. In 1980, encouraged by friends, he ran successfully for a position on the Salt Lake County Commission. This was the beginning of a career which has made him one of Utah's most popular public officials. He is currently beginning his 3rd consecutive 4-year term and is commission chairman. His ability is recognized nationally since he is president-elect of the National Association of Counties and will preside over that organization in 1990. Mike's work as a county commissioner requires him to perform a multitude of duties and to be in a wide variety of places. In addition to the responsibilities which the 3 commissioners share, Mike directs these government services for Salt Lake County. His daily duties may require him to survey the site of a new county facility, inspect a building project, speak at a luncheon meeting, or ride in a parade. While some of his responsibilities are ceremonial, most of his work is very demanding. The commission oversees a budget of $220 million and provides services for more than 700,000 county residents. Mike has always been involved in many things. He is informative and entertaining behind the microphone and is in great demand as a public speaker. He was raised in a family where everyone played a musical instrument. Mike is blessed with a beautiful tenor voice and has performed as a soloist in groups and in stage productions. He has devoted a large share of his time to church work, and he has served as a bishop in 2 LDS wards. As busy as he is, Mike finds time enjoying his first interest, his family. There are 7 children now. Malou and David have already graduated from East. Amy and Becky are here now, both members of this year's Board of Control. Lizzie is a student body officer at West. This is a family that enjoys doing things together. Family vacations are especially fun, but they have probably found more enjoyment of being in service to others. Family members spend Christmas season performing a variety show for the entertainment of widows, shut-ins, and the lonely. This spirit of concern for others is practiced throughout the year. Public opinion researcher Dan Jones, who has known Mike since he entered politics, says, Commissioner Stewart is a very bright and knowledgeable man of high integrity. His history background fortifies his reverence for things of the past, and he applies strong principles to his decisions. We agree with Dan. Mike and Betty Lou are examples of the good that can happen when East and South High get together. We are grateful for what this family has done for our community, and we are proud to bestow the title of Distinguished Citizen on Commissioner Mike Stewart.
We'll have a couple of the Board of Control members from each side bring Mr. Stewart to the stage.
He's going up.
Mr. Stewart, on behalf of East High, on behalf of South High, we're proud of you. We're proud to induct you into the East High Hall of Fame.
I'm touched by you all and this recognition. I want you to know how I now know how a pig in clover feels. It feels pretty good. It feels maybe a little out of place. I've never been adopted before, and I feel wonderful because so many of you also represent that fine tradition of South High School. I did the easy thing years ago when I married my wife, who is noted on the slides, went to East High. And it was because East High was getting together with South High years ago that I first saw her. The first time I saw her, she had pajamas on, playing that officer basketball game. But I think it's a nice ending, a nice setting to be able to come today and be honored by you. I have a lot of praise for those of you who are students. I know you're worried about the same things that I was worried about nearly 30 years ago. I worried about 5 G's, 5 things. Grub, I always was worried there wasn't going to be enough to eat at home, and was always worried that as a 150-pounder, I wanted to weigh 170 pounds as I played football. So grub was a big thing in my life. I was always interested in garb, in clothes, which you all are. I was interested strange to say, in girls, which some of you are. I was interested in good grades, which some of you are, and I struggled with that going through high school. I was also interested in just being good, and that's always tough. Things really haven't changed that much in the last 30 years since I graduated from high school. But I want you to know how pleased I am today to be honored with 2 or 3 others here this morning, and appreciate very much Mr. Herb Urey, who all of you know as a great Easter. May I just say in closing that I think Herb Urey represents the best that this community can offer anywhere in the world, as you've heard the names by your good principal of people who've been here before. There are people who are involved in public service, and things you're not paid for bring you the funnest excitement of life, and that's what Herb Urey is doing. He's brought us all a lot of excitement, you some fun, but above all, brought himself a lot of pleasure. Again, I thank you for this honor. It's good to be related to you and good to be adopted. Thank you.
East and South are proud of Mike. Our next inductee graduated 61 years ago from East High in the class of 1928. He is one of East High's, one of Utah's, and one of America's true heroes, Mr. Justin Pauker.
A warm, kindly man who never passed up an opportunity to help those in need. This is how a friend described Justin E. Topper, whom we honor posthumously today with a Hall of Fame award. Justin Topper was born December the 12th, 1908. He grew up in this home on Green Street. When he was 6 months old, he posed for a picture with an older sister. His father was a sheet metal worker and had a shop at the rear of the home. Justin attended the old Hamilton School, which used to stand on the corner of 8th East and 8th South. He loved sports, especially football, and could often be found on the school grounds playing that game with his friends. His junior high years were spent at Roosevelt Junior High. He enrolled at East in September 1925. The Leopards won the state football champion that fall. Football interest was very high in the 1920s. Thousands of fans would attend games played on the old Cummings Field on the University of Utah campus. As a boy, Justin had been one of those fans. Now he had an opportunity to be a part of this great tradition. He played tackle on Mickey Oswald's junior varsity and varsity football teams. He received his high school diploma in June of 1928. The Great Depression followed his graduation. Unemployment was high and future plans of many graduates had to be postponed. Between odd jobs, Justin spent many hours doing constructive things around the home. Among other things, he learned to play the piano on his own. Rose Margaret Ace, called Marge by all who know her, worked with Justin's sister. Justin and Marge had known each other for years, became sweethearts, and were married on July the 8th, 1938. They moved into this home at 747 South, 6th East, and started to raise a family. A little boy, John, was born in 1939. A son, Richard, was born in 1941. And as it did for almost everyone, World War II interrupted their lives. Leaving Marge and the 2 little boys at home, Justin volunteered for service in the U.S. Navy. He served for 2 years in the South Pacific, and he reached the rank of Chief Petty Officer. Justin returned after the war, happy to be reunited with Marge and the children. He went into the sheet metal work, a trade he had learned at his father's side. He was well known for his craftsmanship and for his integrity. And at one time, he served as president of the Sheet Metal Workers Union. He was an educator, too, and taught metalwork drafting at Utah Technical College. Photography was a special interest for Justin. He was very proficient with the camera and had a well-equipped darkroom in his home. These examples of his work illustrate his skill with his favorite subjects, the Wasatch Mountains and flowers. But his first interest was his family. He loved to spend time with the boys. He was always at home in the out of doors and enjoyed hunting and fishing. He took the boys with him so he could teach them how to fish and enjoy the beauties of nature. The boys grew up. Each graduated from East High. Eventually both married. Justin was in a wheelchair for Richard's wedding. He was recovering from open heart surgery. Justin and Marge missed the boys around the home, but soon there were grandchildren to love and enjoy, and the home wasn't empty. It was always open to the homeless, the sick, the physically and mentally handicapped, and anyone who needed help. Justin was a tireless worker in his church and served for 9 years as bishop of the Duncan LDS Board. On May 10, 1977, Justin, now retired and age 68, headed up Mill Creek Canyon. At the top of the canyon was a cabin which the Toppers had purchased several years before. They spent countless hours fixing it up and entertaining friends. On this occasion, he was going up early in the afternoon to open and prepare the cabin for a group of young people who were planning to have a party there that evening. As he neared the top of the canyon, he saw someone in need of help. Instinctively, he responded. Newspapers the next day recounted the tragic series of events. George A. Sorensen of the Salt Lake Tribune wrote, "A young lady had spent the morning hiking near the top of the canyon. As she returned to her pickup truck, she was accosted by a man who said he was going to rape her. As she started to struggle with him, Mr. Topper, who was en route to his cabin in the canyon, stopped to help her. He was able to get between the woman and her assailant when the assailant backed into the road and began firing with an automatic weapon. Justin was hit by several bullets and died instantly. Witnesses found him lying on the road, and the young lady, though critically wounded, was still conscious and able to describe her attacker and provide a car license number to the police. Later that day, a suspect was taken into custody. He was eventually tried and convicted of murder. The young woman, Karen Robertson, survived her wounds. The crime shocked the whole community, but caused people everywhere to appreciate the brave and unselfish nature of Justin Topper's act. Letters and expressions of comfort came from all over the nation. All praised Justin for his great concern for the welfare of others. Many sent money. This was all placed in a trust account, which now provides the Justin Topper Memorial Fund Award for people who, like Justin, disregard their own safety in order to rescue someone in danger. 3 months after his death, Marge was presented the Kiwanis International Medal of Heroism, an honor bestowed by representatives from 32 nations. The award honored Justin for disregarding his own safety and placing his life in jeopardy by putting the life of another before his own. Among other honors were an award from the American Law Enforcement Officers, the Good Samaritan Award, and a citation from the Rape Crisis Center. Friends and neighbors wanted to do something to memorialize the unselfish life of this quiet man who had earned the respect of the whole world. An appropriate honor was arranged in the form of a small community park and playground, which would that bear his name. Groundbreaking took place on March the 11th, 1978. The whole community participated. Friends and neighbors were there, the Tongan choir provided music, and a special children's chorus performed. Marge thanked everyone for the outpouring of love and respect that had been shown to her family. Karen Robertson, still recovering from her injuries, spoke to the crowd saying, "When the time comes, I hope I can give as much to someone else as the Topper family gave to me. My life and a chance to live it." The new park, located on the corner of 7th South and 3rd East, was dedicated on June 2nd, 1979. A bronze plaque lists the qualities of this humble man for whom the park is named. Children can be seen playing there. Friends, neighbors, and passers-by sit on the benches and enjoy the tranquility of the spot. All remember Justin Topper and his unselfish life of service to others. We at East also remember this noble man and honor his memory. We are proud to add the name of Justin Topper to the East High Hall of Fame.
Brian, would you bring Mrs. Topper to the stage?
She's up.
Before we present the award to Mrs. Topper, we have a surprise for her. Would you look at the screen, please?
Hello, I'm Karen Robertson. I'm sorry I'm unable to be with you for this exciting and honorable event. I, like most of you, didn't know Justin Topper. My acquaintance with Mr. Topper was very brief, and as you know, ended tragically. He had to be a very strong and special person to have given his life so that I may live. I was 24 years old and single. I did everything I had ever been told to do if I was attacked. They helped, but the main thing that I did was to use my mind. Think, don't panic. Learn what you should do, yell, scream, but stay in control. Use your mind. You're all smart. Remember that and take advantage of it. The smartest thing I did was not to get in the car with the man. If I had, I do not believe that I would be here today. Unfortunately, since I did not, we lost a very special man. I grew up around guns, and I learned to respect them. I also knew what a gun could do to an animal. It's very frightening to have a gun pointing at you, knowing that the trigger could be pulled any second. I'm sure it was very frightening for Mr. Topper when he saw a man pointing a gun at me. Think of the courage it took for him to stop and help me. He could have just driven on by, but he did not. He stopped, intervened as we struggled on the ground. We were both told, "You can just go. Forget this all happened." Can you imagine how badly I wanted to believe that statement? But something inside me said, no, this man is not going to let you go free. I memorized his license plate number. I knew that if I got away, that would be the only way they would ever catch him. And believe me, if I lived, we would catch that man. My belief that this man should be caught is what helped keep me alive. I have reread all of the news articles about this event that I have, and there are many mistakes in those news articles. But the one thing that was not a mistake is the fact that Justin Topper is a very wonderful and special person. I have met his family, who during my recovery were very supportive and loving. They could have been angry, but they were not. They were kind and giving. Mrs. Topper and I have stayed in close contact with each other, and I love her very much. Remember not to hold grudges, but to be forgiving and loving. And Marge, please accept my congratulations for the honor that they're bestowing on Justin. It's very exciting. I'm very proud to have a part in it. I'm sorry I'm unable to be there in person. It's been many years since Justin Topper gave his life so that I could live. There are some of us who remember it like it was last week. There's always an empty place where Justin Topper should be. And by initiating him into this Hall of Fame, you have made a place where Justin Topper will be remembered for his heroic efforts in saving my life. Thank you for giving him this honor. He's Justin Topper, a very deserving man, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a few words.
On behalf of East High and personally, with great pride, that we induct Justin Topper into East High's Hall of Fame and present you with this plaque in his honor. Before Mrs. Topper responds, Brian Conway would like to make a presentation.
Okay, we would like to make Mrs. Topper honorary cheerleader of East High. Also sending a sweatshirt to Karen Robertson and making her an honorary cheerleader too.
What can I say? Just thank you very, very much. It's a great honor for me and my family to have their father remembered in such a wonderful way. I'm thankful for the East High people for all the work that they've gone through, and a special thanks to Mr. Urey that he has for his time and his talents that he has so freely given to put on these presentations. They're very appreciative. When he said he graduated from East High in 1961, that kind of tells you how old I am, doesn't it? But it's been a long, long time, and Justin loved the school. He talked about some of the teachers that he had and what an important part they had in his life. And he loved football, and he loved Mickey Oswald. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming today, and my friends and my family. I love them all. And I know that they're proud of their father, and I'm going to call Karen tonight when I get home and thank her for the loving tribute that she has given to me in behalf of my family. And again, I want to thank the East High for the great thing that they are doing today, putting these special people in the Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.
I appreciated the videotape from Mrs. Robertson. She wanted to be here today, and we tried to work that out. It was impossible. We appreciate her efforts. The third inductee today is a special man. He's one of Utah's, one of the nation's great athletes. He's a graduate of the class of 1939. We're very proud of Lee Hamel.
How would you like to be a boy and grow up in a family with 5 sisters? You probably wouldn't have to do a lot of dishes, and you'd probably have a lot of time to play tennis, especially if you live close to Reservoir Park. Lee Hamel was born November the 19th, 1920. This house on 2nd Avenue was his boyhood home. He received his early education at the old Wasatch School. Lee entered Bryant Junior High when he was 12. He was already an accomplished tennis player, having spent most of his spare time practicing his skills at the old courts over by the Art Barn on the University Street. It was while in junior high that Lee entered and, with his partner, won the BYU Invitational doubles tournament in his age group. In September of 1936, he entered East High School. He was active in sports, playing on the football, basketball, and tennis teams. But his first love was tennis, and he had an outstanding high school career in that sport. Several good tennis players were Lee's classmates, and they won the city championship in 1938. The city schools, East, South, and West, did not participate in the state high school organization at that time. In those days, students could graduate after 2 years of high school, but were permitted to attend a third year if they chose. Lee stayed on for a third postgraduate year. He was not eligible to play tennis, however, and so he turned his talents to sports writing, and was sports editor of an East High School newspaper that won national recognition. Lee graduated in June of 1939. He started at the University of Utah and completed his freshman year, and then he joined the Coast Guard in June of 1942, 6 months after America entered World War II. He served in the South Pacific and played tennis wherever he could. Here he gets some court time in New Caledonia. After 4 years of the service, Lee was discharged and returned to college. 2 very important things happened that first year back. Lee resumed his tennis career, and an attractive freshman girl caught his eye. Lee and Ruby Bradley were married December the 27th, 1946. Lee was a standout on the University of Utah team. In 1947, he won the Kerr Cup, an award that goes to the best singles player at the university. Lee graduated in June of 1948 with a teaching degree in elementary education. He taught a year in Blanding, Utah, then returned to the University of Utah where he earned his master's degree in educational administration. He spent 1 year as a teaching principal at Loa, Utah Elementary, then moved to Pioche, Nevada, where he taught for 2 years and reported sports for the local newspaper. He returned to Salt Lake City and taught for 4 years at Whittier Elementary School. In 1957, South High needed a tennis coach, so Lee answered the call and taught social studies and coached tennis for 12 years. In the fall of 1969, Lee brought his coaching talents to East High. During a 14-year career at East, he won 4 state titles. He retired in June of 1983, but has continued to coach here since. In 1988, this girls' team was the state champions. Ruby and Lee have 3 children, Laurie, Carol Lee, and Brad. All 3 played tennis for the college teams. Laurie, like his father 20 years earlier, won the Kerr Cup in 1967. Ruby and Lee now have 7 grandchildren, and of course, they are also playing tennis. Lee has continued to be active on the tennis scene. Over the years, he has built an enviable record of tournament victories. The Hamill family has been at the forefront of Utah tennis for 3 decades. Lee has been a willing volunteer, organizing and running local tennis tournaments. He has served as president of the Utah Tennis Association and even made the cover of a tennis magazine. His collections of trophies at his home on 6660 South continues to grow. 53 years after he entered East High, he remains a powerful tennis player. A nationally ranked senior, Lee has been ranked in the top 10 for his age group in 8 of the last 15 years. In 1981, he was ranked first in 55 and over doubles. A senior team chosen by ranking represents America in an international match called the Britannica Cup. Lee was a member of a U.S. team that played once in England and once in Sweden. His team won each time. He was recently honored by the Utah chapter of Old Time Athletes Association when he was inducted into their Hall of Fame. Lee still plays tennis. He has more time now and spends much more of it enjoying the association of his wife and his family. We have enjoyed our long association and are proud to add the name of Lee Hamill to the East High Hall of Fame.
Lee, the cheerleaders and song leaders have a special presentation for you. Lee, as a distinguished alum, as a past valued teacher, and as a current honored coach, East High is honored and proud to select you as a member of the East High Hall of Fame.
I can't quite understand what I'm doing up here, but I won't accept the award anyway. Mike Stewart, sitting by Mike Stewart, reminded me when I went over to South High School in the fall of '47, there were two things I heard for the entire year. One was about the great president that they had the year before, finishing in the spring of '47. That was Mike Stewart. They said they never had a student body president like him, red hair, and he had the kids eating out of his hand. And the other thing I heard all year was how they won the basketball championship that year. In those days, South High was a real power in most sports. Anyway, I spent 12 years there, enjoyed it very much, and I remember that we always thought of East as being the snobs, and that's the feeling in the South. Well, I came back to East and found out that wasn't exactly true. Came back, and I guess I've been here about 19 years. I remember it, when I played tennis, we had old courts on the other side of the football field, and when I was I guess it'd be 10th grade, my first year, since I didn't have a 12th, we lost the city championship to West for the first time in 9 years. And I remember Mickey Oswald sort of blamed me because I lost my match. The next year in 48 or 38, we won the title again. East High has always been a tennis school and has done well over many years. Then coming back to the present, I've had many fine teams. Should say something special about the present of the girls team that you saw up there. Unique in two ways. We only had one ranked player on this team. That was Peachy Romney. She played #1 doubles for us and won at that spot. The other unique thing was we had sisters. We had 3 Clark sisters. We had Lisa and Heather and Kelly, all on that team that won the state this year. And they all played in the doubles, which we won the doubles in both cases, in which the reason we won the state. It was a very close one. We had 2 sisters, Celeste and Heather Ensign. And then we had Nayeli Morales. So those are the girls that we had on that went to the region and played for us. So that was no one expected them to win this title, including their coach. But they did. They surprised us all and did a great job. So I've enjoyed in East. I have a lot of fond memories. Personally, I remember my trips to England and Sweden. And I guess last year I remember beating Bobby Riggs in doubles for the first time in my life. And he's such a cocky son of a gun that at the time he says, he turned to my gambling friend, who I have a gambling friend, and he said, I'll give you 12-to-1 odds that we beat this team. Well, he's too smart to really finalize that, and we turned around and beat him badly. But anyway, tennis has been a big part of my life, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm very proud of East High, and proud of all of you, and proud of all the girls and boys have had, and thank you very much.
He said quietly, Lee, we're proud of you. Win another one. He said, I will. And I believe he will. We'd like to express our appreciation to a number of people today. First of all, again, to Mr. Florin Nielsen, the voice of the Hall of Fame. In her absence, to Karen Robertson for sending her videotape and the special care that she has sent to the Toffer family. To the cheerleaders and song leaders for their presentation. To the band. I'd like to express my personal appreciation to Mr. Herb Urey for you can see that these presentations take a great deal of production, planning, forethought. Mr. Herb Urey never lets us down. Herb, we appreciate you. Today we've inducted 3 people into the East High Hall of Fame. We have a total of 27 that are recognized, and their pictures will remain, or their plaques, pictures will remain in perpetuity in the front hall, in our Hall of Fame. I happen to believe that there are potentially many Hall of Famers with us here today and in our school. I'm not sure how many of you will become great leaders, as Mr. Stewart, great athletes, Mr. Hamilton, or truly great heroes, as Mr. Toffer was. Whatever you do, East High will be proud of you. I believe in East High, and I believe in the alums, and we look forward to the opportunity of calling back a number of you who are seated here today and inducting you into the East High Hall of Fame. We have one more thing we'd like to do. We'd like to ask you to stand with the cheerleaders and song leaders and do the victory. extend my appreciation to the many guests who have come to witness the honoring of the inductees to the Hall of Fame. We appreciate their coming. Also, an alum, Jessica, I don't know if she mentioned that Dr. Benny, the superintendent, is with us today, and he is also an East High alum. We're proud of him. We would like now to invite you. We're about 7 minutes over, so we'd like to ask you to hurry. Go to third period. The balance of the time lost for the assembly will be shared in the next 3 periods. Please go to third period.